Borderlands 4 is one of the biggest disappointments of my entire gaming life. As someone who grew up playing Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel, and then playing the flying fuck out of Borderlands 3 for the past 6 years waiting for Borderlands 4, this game came out and was one of the worst launches I've ever been a part of. On so many levels. On the game, on the Randy going absolutely crazy on Twitter, to everything in between. Borderlands 4 launched with one of the worst games I've ever seen. Borderlands 4 had to be one of the hypest I've ever been for a video game in my entire life, rivaling only Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and God of War 2018. Borderlands 4 had me jumping out of my seat because of those trailers, those character reveals, and the way that Randy was talking about it was just remarkable leading up to it. And then it was quickly met with utter sadness and disappointment. Borderlands 4 became the latest victim of the worst trend in gaming, which is in the new development mindset of release the game now and then fix it later. Meaning the game launched in an awfully buggy state, to this day still has issues that haven't been fixed. Like most Borderlands fans, I love co-op. I love playing Borderlands multiplayer, and I love playing a couch co-op with my homies. And I tried to play Borderlands 4 at launch, couch co-op, and that shit was borderline unplayable. The map was fucked up. Anytime anyone entered a menu, it would break the game completely. The audio would stop, NPCs would stop talking, the music would stop, just random bugs. Guns just stop having reticles, all kinds of bugs that was just in the multiplayer. If I played a single player, none of these things would happen. The co-op was just utterly broken into pieces. It took them months after release to fix this, by the way. Now you're okay to play co-op, but at launch, couch co-op was unplayable. But beyond the co-op, it still had a litany of bugs, including quests not being completable because NPCs would disappear, NPCs would fall through the map, NPCs would just not walk to their destined location. Like, there was all kinds of stuff. The bugs were beyond frustrating because at basically every turn, the game just wouldn't function. But to make matters even worse, looking back at the game's release, this game's release date was actually moved forward. Yes, it was moved up. Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, moved this game up 5 days. Like, I've never seen a game do that before. Games always get pushed back. This game actually got pushed up, and that actually convinced me that the game was ready. It convinced me that they had so much confidence in their product that this game would release buttery smooth and have no flaws, and I was just on the fucking hype train to Mars on this game, and that was like the final straw that just had me so hyped. And I bought into it, I drank the Kool-Aid, and I got burned from it. That decision to move that game up, knowing that that game was not ready, knowing that Borderlands 4 was not in a state to release, knowing that that shit was gonna be buggy and not functional on PC was fucked up. He took advantage of his supporters' blind faith into the Borderlands brand and took advantage of them. Because honestly, this game was held together by duct tape, bro. Like, it was held together by hopes and dreams and prayers that the game would even function, dude. And then, after the game came out, he had that quote where he said, Borderlands 4 is for a premium game, for premium gamers, blah, blah, blah. All that awful shit that he said was just horrendous, dude. Like, it was just so bad because of just how cocky, arrogant, and just obnoxious Randy was, just how out of touch he was with the fans and his own product. The product was not good enough to be talking like that. It was not. You cannot talk like that and then release a product that bad at launch. Like that's just like borderline evil. And I love Borderlands. Like, I love Borderlands. I even saw the movie on release date. Okay, like, I knew that movie was gonna be shit, and I still bought a ticket day one because I just love Borderlands. I love the whole franchise. I love everything about it. and Borderlands 4 just pissed me off so much. Borderlands 4 launched so bad, I did not finish the game until months later because I stopped playing it about 10 hours in because I couldn't get through it. Like, it was so bad for so long, I stopped and decided to wait for future patches. I didn't complete the game, I think, until December or November, like late November, early December-ish. That's when I completed my first playthrough. And then earlier this year in 2026, I went back and played other characters and did more of an in-depth playthrough and analysis. So here from on out for the rest of the video, I'm going to be talking about present day BO4, not any of the past bullshit. I'm going to be talking about current modern day Borderlands 4, which Borderlands 4 still has a ton of problems, but I still think Borderlands 4 as of right now is still an okay game. I would give this game probably around a 5 out of 10. Like, genuinely, it's like very mid. Honestly, if I wasn't a Borderlands homer, it would probably be even lower. Like, honestly, the combat is addicting, but it still has so many flaws. I think Borderlands 4 has a huge open world problem. The open world has cool aspects, but it is ruined by the level scaling. I think it ruins the experience, or at least caps it out and limits it heavily. I hate that enemies scale to your level, or at least they're supposed to if it works correctly, because sometimes enemies just scale 5-6 levels above you and get that caution symbol and makes the game unplayable. And when enemies scale to you and it actually works, it's hard to feel that sense of progression, because enemies are also progressing at the exact same rate that you are. In RPGs, you're supposed to feel like a badass, someone who's grown into this murder machine with endless power that you mold and craft into whatever build you want, especially in Borderlands. If you play the older games, they do a great job of this with tremendously crafted skill trees and abilities and unique weapons and stuff that the modern games just can't make you feel the same way because of the level scaling. In Borderlands 4, if you go back to the beginning area at level 50, those enemies are going to be level 50. That just ruins the sense of progression. It doesn't make you feel like you went on this grandiose journey. It doesn't make you feel like you leveled up. It doesn't make you feel like you've done anything. It just always just keeps you feeling like you're stuck in place because everything else is also at the same place that you are no matter where you are. I shouldn't feel the same difficulty, the same kind of enemies, and the same kind of feel at the start of the game that I did at the end of the game. Like, that's just not right. I should be able to progress through the game and then go back to that beginner area and absolutely fuck it up. And it sucks because the actual world, the map, I think is actually pretty good. There are so many activities to do. There are so many things, and they're so different, doing the silos, doing the bunkers, you know, there's just so much shit. There's the overworld bosses. There's a lot of activities on the map. There's a fuck ton of side quests. There's like over 100 side quests. Like, you will always have something to do. If you are exploring, you will always find something. Like, the map is huge. There's tons of stuff on it, and there's tons of stuff in it. But interacting with the map itself just kind of gets ruined by the level scaling. Like, it's really bad. Like, it is crippling my enjoyment of this game, honestly. And you combine that problem of the level scaling with the fact that these Vault Hunters, in my opinion, are some of the most boring we have ever had. My problem with the Vault Hunters are that the quote-unquote fun builds, like the builds that I would find fun, obviously fun is subjective, but the ones that I find fun and interesting suck. And then the builds that I find boring are the really busted ones. Like, for example, Vex, the Siren, has this pet tiger, right? That looks badass. That looks super cool. That was one of the main focal points that they were showing off when they were talking about her in the character trailer and everything. But then they made her pet build so bad. Vex pet build is garbage. It is so bad. She deals no damage. The pet tiger deals no damage. Instead, you had to do the kinetic build or the bleed build if you really wanted to use Vex at all and like an endgame build. Like, the pet build is not viable at all. Or Amon. Amon was supposed to be this Kratos axe-wielding fucking badass. Has multiple axes and hammers and wields, you know, ice and fire and shit. But the cybernetics tree is trash. All Amon does is just use the fucking Gatling guns and ordnances, bro. That's the only viable build he has, and that shit is just boring. You just hold down a Gatling gun. All the cool abilities that he has with the swords, absolute dog shit. That was the one thing that they were showing off. They were showing off that. They weren't showing off Gatling gun gameplay in the trailers. Like, it's just dumb. Rafa is literally just a reskin of all the other, like, soldier classes. Like, for example, Wilhelm and Zane, like, has rehashed abilities like the laser, like, shoulder-mounted cannon and stuff, like the drones and the turrets, you know, things that have been rehashed a lot in Borderlands. They're kind of running out of ideas. Like, at this point, like, I just feel like those kind of characters, they just kind of feel like the same. Wilhelm started, and then Zane copied a little bit from Wilhelm, and Rafa copies a little bit from them. Like, he's not very unique. Rafa is cool. Like, the one thing that he did have are the swords. The exo blades or whatever. And guess what? Melee fucking blows in this game. That build is ass. And that was the one thing that made him unique. Do you see my point? Do you see what I'm trying to say? The cool, unique things about each character are the things that aren't viable, not usable. So the characters feel lifeless. They have no personality. They have no sauce. Harlow is the only character I really fucked with in this game. Harlow is the only one that I liked. Harlow was my favorite character to play in this game. Harlow is the only one that I have max level right now. Harlow was fun. I think they went 1 for 4 out of the Vault Hunters in this game. Harlow was the only one I fucked with. So you combine bugs, boring characters, bad level scaling, all together, this game has a fuck ton of issues. If it didn't have that overwhelmingly fast, fluid combat, the guns, you know, the Borderlands characters and stuff like that, the vibes, this game would be way lower than a 5. But because I'm a Borderlands homer and I have biases, and just because the combat is that addicting, I'll give it a 5. But that's about as high as I can go. I hope the DLC can save it. I'm excited for Cash. I think Cash can be a really, really cool Vault Hunter. And I think if they had a cool Vault Hunter, that would definitely boost the enjoyment a lot. So let's hope that Cash can save it. But right now, Borderlands 4, big disappointment. I'd rather play 2. I'd rather play 3. I think it's down there with the pre-sequel. If we're talking about best Borderlands games, like, it's down there. It's down on the list. But y'all let me know what you guys think about Borderlands 4. If you guys want more Borderlands videos like this, please like and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel, man. Peace! Fucking yer! Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Breeds up here. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys like it, subscribe to the channel, and please follow me on Twitch at Reset Plays Everything if you guys want to see me live. Thank you guys again so much for supporting the channel and watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, man. Peace.
Oh, that's a hot take. This the one chip challenge. A days during Ramadan, but that's all you could chew. What's the point of a big mouth to run and all it could do? When the sun rises, unadvised, I say all you can move. When the sun down, unbound, I make all you my food. My rise through a Lola was lies through your molars. Just look in the moon. I left my mark like I'm Steven, like this night.